Bloodstone, Storm can take over the game and have a huge impact. There's really not much reliable control for him. No silences to speak of, pretty long cooldowns for the Black Hole. You just have the lasso as reliable disable. So Storm could take over. Lifestealer could get really fat with Empower and the Amplified Damage could easily just chew through the backlines of NP. And they can come back because of this very strong team fight. Whereas you look at NP, I feel like they've got really one main way to win, and that's if they have at least a decent start, AUI 2000 gets quite a bit done on the tree, and then they transition into a strong mid game. But not really the best comeback lineup. If you're trying to split push against a Slardar, a Storm, you start losing those early towers, even Disruptor, you've got the Lifesteal Bombs. Lots of ways to punish split push or spreading out and trying to avoid fights from a deficit.
I think adding to what you said, I think MP has to have a good laning phase. And if you look at the mid lane to begin with, I think Ember versus Storm, a lot of it is in kind of player skill. Protecting your Flame Guard there against Remnant is going to be key. And of course, Fata, like I mentioned yesterday in the Clutch Gamer series, once you get 6, you have great amount of killing potential with a triple Remnant gank. But you're right, I think MP needs to do well in the laning stage. And to me, they have a very greedy hero. You have a Bat jungler or Bat support, which is going to take forever to him to get anything. And of course, Enigma, to me, is a very greedy hero as well, because you don't really do much. Your item progression is Midas into Blink into BKB, and you're really limited by your Black Hole cooldown. So MP will have to pick their fights very smartly, and will have to try to win them. They have to pretty much win every single engagement they get themselves tangled into, in my opinion.
Yeah, on paper, NP does have pretty good late game in their own. It's more like getting there is difficult.
Right.
They don't have the farming capacity that IG bring to the table, especially just because of the Magnus pick. It's automatically going to make 3 of your heroes great at farming, and the Storm as well. But if NP get to that late game, obviously very strong in their own right. So don't sleep on the late game Enigma with the double Black Hole threat. We'll see if they do that. So it's going to be Fata starting off mid as the Ember Spirit. Up against the Storm of OP. Do see a little assistance coming in from Boboka as he tries to keep eyes on Fata and ensure OP has a decent start. So our off lane, as you mentioned, it is going to be the core Enigma, not the support that was initially being discussed. And it's actually the Bat Rider, who's roaming for now, but presumably will be in the jungle at some point. Thoughts on the way the lanes are set up here? Do you like how NP have chosen to lane this?
MSS is having some trouble right now, but he shouldn't die. Yeah, I like it for MP because for the bottom side, because of the wards in the jungle, Enigma will always have the creep equilibrium right under his tower. He is going to get superbly farmed. The burning lifesteal is going to get somewhat denied. And also, I think this lineup also shows the strength of Trian as a support hero. Like, he can play a lot of that roaming game. Bottom lane looks like Enigma might be giving up that first blood, and yes, looks like Q will be picking up. Although he might die on the way back here, Eidolons give him that right click.
Does have the Tango regen. Looks like he should be okay. And Maboka, being a good friend, will ensure he makes it back to safety. Nice little creep block there at the tail end. So not an entirely clean first blood, but they get it. That's the big thing. They don't give anyone up in exchange. And hey, what do you know? A juicy regen rune here bottom, which I'm sure they'd love to give to Q. And indeed, he seems he's going to get it. So now a very clean win in the bottom lane.
Yep.
They are giving up a lot of farm here, though. Both cores for NP, mid and safe lane. Fata and Envy doing very well right now, Lumi.
Yeah, to me, though, this is not really about the cores, but about the supports of either side. And I think the IG supports will be able to do more with less early on. I mean, Enigma...
And they're looking for it now, already sweeping around on MSS.
Only Thunderstrike just yet. Q has that second point. Most likely will be Kinetic Field, but Glimpse is a good way to catch up.
This is a tough kill, though, because they don't have the point in Glimpse. Actually, he is level 2, so he could skill it. So they do have 2 ways to cancel its TP now, but MSS, he is suspicious. He doesn't see anyone off in the jungle because of that ward. So even though he doesn't actually see this rotation, he suspects it's likely coming.
The problem with Enigma right now is that in theory, on paper, you get constant EXP under your tower because they're denying creep. But the way that the IG support are playing it, they are zoning him out, just rotating behind the tower. MSS is missing a lot of that experience that is rightfully his. And they are slowing down the Enigma significantly. So he also cannot go into the jungle and abandon the lane because there's a ward there. And that would make the gank into the jungle that much easier as well. So this is a rather tough situation for MSS. Despite on paper, it should be a good one.
Can AUI 2000 be that X factor? Obviously, Pilot is not going to be early as a Bat Rider in the jungle. We've seen AUI get 2 courier snipes in a row. As XXS says, no courier snipes for you, sir. And rune's easily given up either as we close in on the 4-minute rune. He's going to get skewered up to the high ground, has to TP away.
So
we haven't seen the huge impact from the tree. He's done a decent job at zoning the Magnus, but still Mag able to stay in the lane to some extent.
I think it's more so due to his lane assignment. His job this game is to be a 5. He's supposed to sit in the lane and guarantee the farm for the Troll Warlord, because Bat Rider, as your other support, needs to do more stuff elsewhere, like stack and farm for himself. I say that though, Boboka is going to try to get some experience and whatnot. So I think this draft from MP is very greedy. Imagine if it's like a Crystal Maiden plus a Treant, then the Treant gets to walk around and do whatever he's been doing in the last couple of games for MP. But this time around, it's going to stay in lane.
Yeah, some potential from IG to maybe steal stacks. Not really at this stage, but with the Magnus and the Storm, you got to be careful about losing a fight around the jungle. So IG do get the ward down. They do have some eyes on the Bat Rider. That could prove important later, because if you're running the jungle Bat and your stacks get stolen, then not only is the greed not paying off, but it's actively helping IG, who can certainly take full advantage of it.
And you have a lot of good heroes that could do that, right? Like Storm could just walk in, Remnant a couple times, you got the Shockwave.
That's one of them. They're going to make a move here on mid, onto Fada. They get the crush off. He has the Flame Guard active, but OP's going to remove that. No rune available, and Fada in a lot of danger. Will get the living armor, but still the Overload actually missing uphill. Could be the savior along with these chains. Fada's able to make it away, but the skewer comes in. XXS there with the pile drive connection, and IG score another kill, and it's on the Ember mid, who's been having a decent time of it. This is going to put him at a deficit, and to add to their woes, it could be MSS in trouble, has the TP. Will be able to retreat, and he goes right back to the tower bottom, so not going to make the journey home. I might have a shrine he can access now.
You know, XSS is a hard name to pronounce. Sometimes I have trouble with that. They call him the Gray Schooler in Chinese, so.
Why do they call him that?
Because that's the sound for XSS, is like the Gray Schooler.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if that makes it easier for you, the kindergartner. But there we go, Treant. Gonna be in a little bit of trouble. And he should be going down here. Oh wait, Dustin's gonna be there though. They come prepared.
AUI staying alive for now. He is buying some time. The jukes come out.
Oh my god.
Continues to eat his way through the trees.
Oh, he's
unfortunately, the trees are not Treant Protector's friend in this case. IG still find the kill. 3 for them. And really putting more pressure to see what we get out of the Bat Rider and I suppose the safe lane Troll. But this laning stage not going particularly well for NP, because really an even laning stage, as we talked about, I think is a pretty big win for IG given the hero composition.
Yep. But, you know, the stacks are being taken in the jungle right now. Bat Rider is accelerating very quickly. The lanes are not going well for MP, but if they could get away with this greed, then they suddenly have 4 to 5 cores in the mid-game, which is superbly powerful. And I'm going to look to Aoi to actually go for the 1-1-3 build. He's been opting for the 3-1-1, but I feel like the nature of this game, he needs the defensive. Look at the mid lane here. They want that living armor. It's going to be Pop. He jumps away, and Fata will be fine.
Forcing Pi to TP back here, though, and not to much avail, is burning. Lunges in on MSS. There is a tree lurking.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much the tree could do here, but...
that Slardar's continuing to move. He wants to head top. He wants to make a go on Envy. Envy could be in a lot of trouble with Boboka coming in, gets off the crush. However, the axes are there, but Storm, I don't believe affected by them, continues to ball forward. Actually, maybe the blind did hit him. Envy getting the RNG, but the crush, that can't miss. And Envy in lots of trouble, still has living armor, but again he goes down. The hits just keep on coming. IG, 4 successful ganks out of, I think it's been 5 total attempts this game.
Yeah. That was a very smart gank up top. They saw the Bat TP mid, so like, okay, no support TP for the top lane, and then they just went on top. Storm even committing for that TP. Normally, most Storm player likes to just jungle early on, but when you know you're going to get a guaranteed kill,
and that's where if you're Envy, you have to back up at that point.
Right.
You're not close enough to the tower for the tree to come and assist you, even if he has the TP, so you're on your own.
I mean, they do have living armor, but it's very low level right now, so it's not too much.
This is a little bit of extra juice that the Troll can bring to the table, potentially, as Boboka.
He hit the tower once, and he was like,
I forced out the glyph.
Yeah,
forced out the glyph, so might set up for the next push for NP.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's something IG won't be that good at until later, until the lifesteal gets farmed. They don't have any like natural hero killers, mainly just counting on Empower and big items to bring them down. So actually NP can try to carve out that tower advantage with the living armor and with the lack of push that IG have early.
All All right, maybe we're going to see a kill turnaround. No, Boga way too fast. So my question for IG moving forward is how greedy do they want to get in this game? Because they clearly have the advantage leaving the laning stage.
I don't think you need to be too greedy, right? You already have Empower. You have heroes that scale well, and that's the main way you likely lose this game is if you, I don't know, grab an unnecessary Midas or...
Take it to like 80 minutes against Black Hole, Tree and Ults, all that stuff. Yeah,
right.
I hear you. Yeah.
I mean, maybe you get like one Midas either on a support or the Lifestealer potentially, but I don't think you overcommit to greed.
Dire's
Oh,
structures
Bernie's
are
got 1,000 gold in the bank and a Glove of Haste. That's the reason why I'm asking this question. Is he going to be finishing that Hand of Midas?
Maybe leaving his options open for now. They do have access to a black hole, and they want to punish B-God.
All right.
Burning, showing some good Spidey senses, going to back away for now.
Triple Remnant is available, and Glimpse early on is a very easy way to cancel that black hole.
You got to be patient with the triple remnant against the Lifestealer though, or you can easily just have all that damage wasted. But Q, now that's a much easier target. They are going to look to cage him here. The remnants come charging in, but Burning gets to work. He's going to turn this one into Pilot Die. Doesn't quite finish him off. So they lose the Disruptors. Big 3-hero rotation. Only netting a support, but they didn't use too many big ults there, just the lasso. So the black hole available for what could be round 2. In comes the Slardar. The Fishman out for blood, and they're going to find Fauna. That's a pretty tasty treat if they can take him down, but he's got the Remnant just limping into the river. Still the chase from OP. No real help for Fada trying to make it back to the safety of the shrine, and he will do so. The crush is there, but now the fight's going to turn around the other way. Storm in danger. He's overextended. Bovacot 2 and NP with the big punish burning. Could be the third. No! The Infest Bomb juke! What a play by B-God still, though. I don't know if he makes it out of this one. One good bash from Envy will do him in. Burning will fall, and NP...
It's
well,
not done yet.
Not
Envy,
an ideal black hole, but they still make it a big fight in their favor.
Envy picked up a Haster in the river. That's why he was able to chase
They're going to continue chasing here. That Disruptor in all kinds of trouble in the bottom lane. Will he be finished off? Envy wants him. Sama out for blood. And Disruptor, no TP. So he goes down here in a matter of seconds. Storm, though, might get the counter kill. It's been such a long chase by NP that back into the fray lunges OP. He'll find Pilot Die as a small consolation prize, but still NP overall. Pretty happy with that one.
I really like Envy's retreat from that kill. Like, normally most carry player has a haste and he's like, yeah, let me go for that one. But he knows Storm is coming back up, and he knows the Batrider is going to be able to get the kill anyway, so he backs off.
That's so close to being disastrous for Fada.
Yeah. And the Haster, you see that river? Yeah, this is so lucky for Envy, and he just cleans up.
Envy probably gets one kill at least on the way
and this
out,
play.
but then B-God.
Yeah. I mean, he still dies, but...
Still.
Yeah.
He forces
Sick
out the
play.
black hole and gets the kill. Very nicely done. Salvaging what was not a great fight for them, and now looking to help equalize things. Another death for the support Batrider. Well, you called him the 4-position Lumi, but it's actually AUI out farming Pi now. Only at 1,900 net worth, and this is a concern. You cannot have a Batrider running around in the mid game without items.
No, he actually contributes so little as a 5-position support if you don't have the early Blink Dagger, and currently he is sitting at what gold? 100 gold. All right, he is not.
If only like the napalm actually synergized with the ember or something, and, you know, maybe
that fire damage, man.
Yeah,
You gotta
a little extra value.
give me all that red lineup.
It's not great.
All right,
And now the first infest move.
There is a Hand of Midas on the Lifestealer, so.
And they're going to find an opening here. That Troll Warlord caught out of position, gets pulled back into the waiting arms of a Disruptor ultimate, but do they have the firepower to secure this kill? He's quite tanky. Envy will eventually go down. Now the 3-hero overgrowth, the Triple Remnant special comes in. They bring them down to about half HP. MSS from behind. They should get all 3 out of this. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. NP punishing the IG aggression again, and they get 2 of the most important cores. Still yet to see the mag in these fights, Lumi, as he is trying to complete his Blink Dagger, and he is close, but that's something NP will soon have to contend with. IG perhaps trying to force the issue too much before the mag is able to join the fights.
You know, I'm very surprised that Envy survived that long. I wonder how much of that was due to the level 1 living armor. Treant might be in a little bit of trouble. He is dusted up, but Enigma is in position to back him out. Glimpse back, though. Treant is walking very fast. As a result of Envy surviving very long, allowed the rest of MP to come by. They didn't have any big ultimates. They just, like, you know, killed IG because IG were out of ability. So to me, MP are currently able to do a lot more with a lot less, which is definitely a sign of a team that's very strong. And they're going to get away with the greed, it looks like. Especially with Burning getting that Hanamitis.
Baboka trying to get his own Blink Dagger in the bottom lane. Nicely timed crush, but still in danger here with the chains coming through. He will drop as well. NP racking up kills and surging back into this game at one point down 4-0. They now have scrapped their way to a 9-8 edge, and that really is the majority of the difference in the gold.
Yeah.
And those are, at first it was support kills, but it's been core kills lately, Lumi, and that cannot be understated just how important it is.
And look at the Ember's item choice. Like, he is going Ultra Greed. He's going BOTs. Normally you see Veil of Discord just to fight early, but MP feels very comfortable with how early game went. Even though they lost the lane, don't get me wrong, but they're okay. Like, they know they're going to come out slightly behind, but I feel like they have really weathered the storm.
Things could change now, though. The Mag Blink is ready as AUI keeps eyes on the Lifestealer Burning. He's probably going to get vision of the Slardar there, but a scan actually revealed him bottom, I do believe. Dust gets popped. Oh, looks like AUI just barely juked out of range. That could have been a bit unfortunate for him. Fada. RP, baits it out. So swing and a miss for the Mag now. Both Mag and Enigma still waiting for a better opportunity to drop their ults.
Well, that's a good way to beat the Blink Dagger. Just have him with it. And now if you're MP, you're just laughing. You're going to have at least a minute or so of free farm without worried about getting ganked at all. And Enigma, he is closing in on that. He's actually went drums first. When's the last time you've seen drums Enigma?
We've seen like actually a decent amount of the Midas early pickup, or
Right.
you know, obviously more of like a team fight item like a mech. But this is quite unusual.
Yeah. I mean, I was just saying that, you know, they could get away with the greed, and I felt like they have, but it seems like MSS is going to allow his 2 cores to get greedy, and meanwhile pick up some more team fight item for himself.
Yeah, so they get the drums. They now have a medallion as well. Very mid-game, or early to mid-game centric pickups here as Baboka deals with some pressure by Fada. They do have a Static Storm ready. Still NP want to push the issue, and they will bring down that tier 1 mid. So they open up the map a bit. This gives the Ember with BOTs, the Bat Rider eventually a little more room to roam. Let's see AUI already though. Prepping top as NP show themselves bottom. They might make a move here with the Overgrowth, but they'll need a lot of backup from the Ember and at least a +1 if they want to do it, and not going to happen. So IG take their own tier 1, though they may sacrifice bottom for this.
Yep.
Doesn't seem like they have any signs of defending that tower. So in the end, NP coming out with the tower advantage.
I feel like IG went from a drafting position where they seem like they have the much earlier laning stage. They seem like they have the the better late game with the Empower, but it feels like more and more they're really relying on hitting great RPs, which is never really, you want that to be a plan A for a Magnus draft.
XXS in trouble here. Overgrowth comes through, and now the Remnant over the top with the chains connecting as well. Well, he bought his Blink earlier, but he is going to have his economy slowed down now. Good pick there, and again, it's in the mid game, as it has been all tournament. It's AUI Chan setting it up.
Yeah. Well, moving forward, if you're MP fanboy, this is a good game. It's slowing down. You got more time to get farm going. You got the BOT on Ember that can assist in kills.
I can hear you smiling.
I am smiling too. I'm the biggest MP fanboy in the house.
No tough love yet this game.
Not yet, not yet. So far, you know, the boys have been playing well.
All right. Let's see if they keep it up. Meanwhile, Burning just playing very patient here. He's going to be farming his way back towards the armlet, so... Oh, actually, already has the armlet. Just purchases the remaining components now. So pretty good pace for him, all things considered. And despite the kill advantage, NP still a modest lead, only about 2,000 gold with Empower, with Storm. Great farmers in general. That's not guaranteed to stay that way, but they're going to find Burning here. And the Black Hole comes through. No shenanigans from you, Vigot, they say. And he's in trouble. He will end up going down. Good pick for NP again. And I like the no hesitation Black Hole that time for him. As some players would be a little afraid to use it, but just lets it go immediately before Burning can get near creep.
The one thing I've noticed about MP all tournament is their fight selection. They generally pick the fights that they will win, which sounds like, of course, you'll only pick fights you will win, but
Brilliant strategy.
Brilliant strategy. But in a lot of Pro Dota games, you don't see that happening, especially under stress. Now,
like the Clutch Gamers game 1 yesterday was a good example where they basically took a lot of fights they had almost no chance of winning, and perhaps due to nerves.
Right. And to me, that's actually a very big difference of how MP play in the past, where some fights you're just like, you know, what's going on here? They're kind of like against odds, but MP is very, very different from what I've remembered, and they're looking good.
Who is this team?
Yeah. Alright. First RP, first successful RP
Oh,
maybe.
AUI again making the plays here, breaking the smoke, getting back to safety in time, and then the drum is going to help ensure that he won't be pursued any further. Now the backline stab, but unfortunately, it's a really fortunate timing for a bash from Jackie Mao. Will he get the pulp he needs? No, Envy's going to go down, so they lose the troll for this fight, though he did what he could. Static Storm dropped the top, and now they look for the Ember as well. This could be a huge takedown. Can they finish him off, though? Fada survives, and they look for the turn. Remnanting his way back into the fray. Another Remnant forward, but he does get crushed. He will get punished. Still burning on the run. OP2. They're going to shrine up and look to turn. Suddenly, NP are the ones who may have overextended. Burning thinking about a re-engage there. There's the pull. The follow-up damage from the Amp. They've got the firepower. They'll bring down Mojo Storms out, and now they want Pi too. He might just die in a moment, but gets up with the high ground. Firefly still going. He'll survive. AUI looking for the fade, and he will right before the corrosive vape comes out. Wild crush attempted. He might go for it. Oh, AUI. Burning, I don't know about. Maybe if he armlet toggles at the wrong time. The ball's on this man. He wants him to toggle already. He's not going to do it.
Man. Burning knows. He's like, there's a tree around here.
I love that killer instinct by AUI, though. You got to admire that. So maybe Q's the one that pays instead.
You know, maybe Burning should have armed the toggle just to juke the hit out and then kill him afterwards. That would have been the
next level play.
Mid lane though looks like this should be a kill. BOT Ember will be coming back in. Easy peasy. Maybe glimpse back? No, too fast. So I want to bring up the question of the drums again, because you know Batrider is a great drum buyer, and Pilot Dai has bought it this game. If Enigma had a mech for that team fight, I think that will change the complexity of that team fight very much so, because that means Envy survives longer. That means you have better position. They chase up to a shrine as well, which I don't think that was.
It's been twice this game where teams have not respected the turnaround power of a shrine.
Was that a Bubble Cup buyback as well from the Slaughter? I believe that was the case.
I did not catch it.
Yes, he did. It was a Bubble Cup buyback, and that is going to delay his blink. So that's one small victory for MP. But
so they are playing fairly greedy here, Lumi. We're going to see a second Midas coming out, and a lineup that already is in power, already needs a lot of farm. I mean, you mentioned NP could have 4 cores. IG could easily have 4 of their own with the Empower for 3 melee heroes and the double Midas, but they are going to need a little while to fully come online. Granted, he already Blink, he already has his levels to some extent, so he's still a pretty useful hero without the next item.
Yep.
But do you feel pressure if you're NP? Like, are you content with the current state of the game, or do you need to be trying to force more objectives, force more fights?
It depends on the tempo of the game. If there's a lot of fights and you're really relying on those long cooldown ultimates like Black Hole, then I think Envy and the rest of the boys will feel very pressured, because a large amount of that time you won't have Black Hole ready. However, if the game is at this current pace where it's just like a random pick here or there's no team fight, you have the tree into build your tower, you have the Black Hole and the tree and ultimate always ready, so you should feel okay farming. Now granted, you're farming against double Midas, but again, you have 4 to 5 cores. So moving forward in a long-term game, I think MP is advantaged.
Fada, he really wants to delay that thing. Crush gets used, and now he sees his opening. He's going to Remnant forward. Sleight of Fist comes through. The chains are there as well, but he gets amped, and he could get turned on pretty quickly. Fada's got to be careful about this initiation. They have the lockdown. The RP shuts him down, and Fada going for a big play. Ends up giving away a potentially big feed, though the trade might be there. NP with the Mask of Madness Troll quickly chewing through the Roshan. Solar Crest online as well. Do they get there in time? There's no RP. They do have a Static Storm around the pit, but it's Pylai Dai who looks to prevent this. Flame Break and slowing them down as much as possible. Birdie marches in. The Static Storm drop. They're going to be able to take out the Batrider. So now they're down 2. Fada does a buyback, and so does Pi. So it's an Aegis for a core and a support. Seems roughly even, unless they get a lot out of the Aegis.
I know there's a lot of praises on the net and from our panel about Fada's fight selection choices. That bottom one seems a bit dubious. I'm not sure whether he honestly thought he was going to get the kill, or if he just want to create space for the Roshan.
It seemed like a team call. I think it's like, go in, hopefully you get a kill, and if not, we at least get Rosh.
Because he was casting a Searing Chain next to like 3 creeps. Like, it was already a gamble whether you're going to hit that stun to begin with. But they did get the XSS RP, which allow for the Roshan. But like you said, they still lost another hero on the way out, so I'm not sure how big of that victory was for MP.
I'd call it a very modest one, but what can they do with the Aegis? That will really define whether that fight was worth it. MSS getting off the Malefice here is going to chase on the XXS, but not getting out of there. Skewer simply not far enough as NP descend on him, and now the tower too, so they get a kill, they take a tower, And again, a lot of this because RP is down. They know they can push the tempo, so
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
tactical living.
Bobuka has the Life Slayer inside of him. Batrider trying to provide some vision here, and this looks to be a defense. Aegis up, Black Hole available as well. I think this is going to be a difficult hole here for IG.
Very reliant on a big static storm from the Disruptors. It just now comes online. But with Envy out in front holding Aegis and being that tanky, you do not want to commit onto the Troll to start the fight. And down the Mag, IG will sack the tower. So NP turning that 2-kill for an Aegis trade now into an additional 2 towers, as well as the kill on the Mag. Clearly seems worth it at this point. All a part of the plan.
So now that we got a little bit of slowing down in action, I want to ask you about the Batrider pick again. I know they picked it as pick number 1, so they never really intended it to be a support, but how do you feel about Pai's performance so far on this hero?
I don't really feel like there's been a Batrider in this game, but the longer it goes, the more relevant the hero becomes.
I mean, he's going for 4 staff, so that Blink Dagger is not going to be on the...
It's at least not your traditional Batrider, but when you consider like he in some ways is the 5 position support, then I mean, has he had as much of an impact as a Crystal Maiden? I'd say at this point you'd rather have the Bat than the Crystal Maiden, but perhaps you'd be farther ahead on your other cores.
I don't know. Like,
hard to say.
I would much more...
It gives you the vision game later on, so I feel like we haven't really seen the pick reveal its true merits just yet.
That's true. I think as the game develops, his job is going to be finding where XSS is, and then preventing that RP from coming out, whether it's like Flame Break.
But it's tough to do that. There's Corrosive Haze, there's Glimpse, like there's a lot of ways to punish the Batrider being too aggressive.
Envy on his own.
In trouble, but you don't want to overcommit on that Aegis, especially with MSS lurking.
With Envy, you never know whether he's alone or not, so.
All right, well, they're going to continue the siege here. Jump in, initiation from Fada. He's got the Blade Mail active as well. The Static Storm gets to point. Can they keep him locked down? Fada tries to make his way back towards safety, Sleight of Fisting, and then Remnant his way out. He will escape for the time being, but OP says, no, come back here, sir. Come back here already. Fada with the dukes. Fada with the plays. Fada will survive. Fada, 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 and now they look for more. The black hole's there, big commitment, burning. There are no gods today, perhaps. He can't even get the kill. 3 will fall.
Did you see him? He was using Remnant and Sleight of Fist just to dodge overload right clicks, and if any of those overload right click connected, he was dead. Oh my god, what a player, Fata. And of course, they still hold the Aegis, and I think that tier 2 will be going down as well for NP.
Where is your V-God now? He says, I am Fada God. That was close, though. If he gets caught in that Static Storm, he is dead for sure. So barely able to get outside in time. But man, what a bait. And what a costly death for the Storm as well. OP hasn't had that snowbally performance just yet. Ooh, just a great fight all around from NP.
I think with OP dying so far inside, I'm not sure how much that his team got the Bloodstone heal. I don't think anybody from his team got the Bloodstone heal, which again would have maybe made IG lose a couple of less heroes on the way out. Long jump here from OP, but
they know Aegis is expiring fairly soon, about 30 minutes ago. They are going to find Envy. Envy, though, gets to work. He runs in. He would love for this Aegis to expire in the midst of the fight. That would be maximal value. Burning's going to engage and cooperate. 20 seconds and counting. How much do they commit to killing off this troll? Apparently, perhaps a bit too much. Oh, Envy laying in with the bashes, completely demolishing the little dog. Lifestealer down. He loses the Aegis at the worst possible time for IG, right before it's about to expire. Pavoka will also fall 4 down. It's NP all day as all of a sudden, maybe a 1K gold lead has become a 10K gold lead nearly.
IG felt very pressured to take fight. They know Black Hole's down. They know a lot of these abilities are still coming back up. And the problem was, like you said, the Aegis was such a good time for NP. And XSS could never actually get out the RP. They called GG.
IG demolished.
Wow. It's like, okay. You know, I was harping on this Batrider perhaps not doing too much, but in that last fight, he isolated XSS, a lasso on him, Firefly on him, never making that Blink Dagger actually coming out to play, so everybody from NP playing extremely well.
What a showing by NP, facing the DAC champions who took that stiff competition with